Okay, hello everyone. So I'm back. So is Buddy. He just got fed. Charging the phone. I put up 3 videos. I was going to put up a 4th, but I messed up. I had it on live demo mode and I decided to delete the file, and then I realized I deleted the original file. So you only got one car vlogging thing today. You okay, buddy? Huh? You okay, buddy? Oh. So he has a collapsed trachea. I also took a nap. You can probably tell. Oh, and you get old. That comes natural. I got my battery charged. Camera's waiting. Takes forever to charge the battery, but it's doing good. So, Canon R6 Mark II. How's it look? It has been on since I've done the video. What? I've been home since 3 o'clock maybe. It's been going on for 6 hours, folks. This is a Streamer X. This has a capture card in it also. So I think it's kind of neat. Now on the Z30, it's stuttering a lot. And I noticed it's been doing that for the past couple of updates on Apple. They don't want you to use many USB ports or something like that. And I think it has something to do with their laptops to keep them cool. So what I've been doing, well, I was on Mr. Camera Junkie and he was also saying that. So what they've done is the little USB cable, they just been plugging it right into the computer, not using the cable. The cam link, you just stick it in there. So I'm going to do an experiment, and it's going to deal with this R6. Okay, so you can see how wide I am. This is the neutral profile used by the ZFC. Okay, so I look very white. I need to put in like a little color, so if I just pause it, this is what you do. And the nice thing about with Ecamm Live Pro, okay, the 4th version, you can change the colors and stuff with the program. So what I would do, and I'm going to do a live demo mode, and just to show you, and I got to remember to turn it off when I'm done. They need a bigger border so I can remind myself. But this is what I would do. I would go over here, see where the zoom and pan is, green screen, whatever. I would go to saturation a little bit and put a little color to it. All right. And I usually go to 10. Not too much. Okay. So what am I missing? Could I make it a little bit darker? So if I do the same thing, now you're seeing kind of like a flesh tone color. So this is at 10 and the other one's at 10. Okay. So the saturation gamma are at 10. Well, that's 11. Just like, there we go, 10. All right. So I'm looking a lot better. But I look kind of pink, don't I? So you can do 2 things. The brightness, yeah, let's just leave it that at 0. It's good. I don't want it too bright. So we can do a temperature, but you see it, look at the door. It goes yellow. And then look at my skin. I can go like that, but you see I'm not pink. So I'm gonna leave that at 0. So the way you do it is at the tint. So left is magenta. See, I turn more pink, but I look a little bit better like that, but then you have to look at the door, okay? So how do you do it? Do it 5. Okay? And then I can do a little bit more saturation, or I mean gamma. So I moved that to 25, just for the sake. So I look like a real person, okay? That's 25. Saturation, I don't want to put any more because then they'll become a blob. Tint looks all right. I can do a little bit more. Let's make that 10. Now I know. Now I look like a human. Okay, I can deal with that. I'm still a little white. If I go to the temperature, see, look at the yellow. Look at the door in the back. That's too white. Okay, so I'm going to leave this at. Yeah, I'm going to leave this at 0. Let's go to the brightness. Okay. That's looking pretty good, but let's do that at 15. So what do you think? I look a lot better now? Now if I go to the R6, see I got a tan going on. All right. So it's a darker color. And it's also a V-log. So let's try something on the R6 Mark II. Okay. First you gotta get on the menu. Forget which button it is. There we go. And as you can see, make it smaller. All right. So how am I going to do this? I guess I go like, let's go this way. All right. Oh. I always like this. Let's see what happens. I don't know what a movie self-timer is. Sound recording. Okay. So this is in movie mode. HDMI. They say you put it in program mode, and this is an automatic. All right. So I'm going to get out of the menu, and I'm going to turn it to program mode and see what happens. Let's see, yeah, I get a little bit more, and you see this is floppy hard drive, or FHD. That's probably why it wasn't getting warm. So if I hit enter, now I get more chance. So it was on $29.97, but in HD mode. But Okay, so I like light. $4K. All right. And I'm kind of curious on the sound recording. Yeah, I'll just leave it like that. Okay. Wrong one. HDR shooting. Why not? I like it. Let's see if I turn it off, see what happens. Yeah, see the movie recording is off. So I don't know what happened. Let's see this. Come on. Huh. I don't know. I think it might have to go in a manual. I thought you had to do it priority or program priority. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. Now, let's do this. Yeah. Shade, cloudy. And it's on the standard, right? So what's this? Okay. So it looks kind of dark, right? And that could be the HQ mode. And it could be C-Log 3 too. Okay, so let's see. Let's use something else. That's the only thing about using the joystick. Ah, come on. Wrong way. Okay. So I look a lot better right there, right? So let's do something else. Let's go into picture style. Now I'm not going to do the white balance yet. So I like neutral also. Okay. A lot of people like faithful, portrait, whatever. Fine detail. I'm going to know neutral. Okay. Now, how do we fix that? Brightness. Look at that. Little temperature. Let's see what. 10. 10's looking good. Saturation. 10. Gamma. 10. So I see a little too orange right there. So let's put this saturation back to 0. But you see, it looks, see, it's looking better, but I do the temperature the other way. So it seems like there's a film over it and stuff. So if I reset it, it looks too dark, right? If I do the gamma, if I do the brightness, you can see what happens. Saturation, you know, all that crap. So let's do something else. Instead of neutral, I like fine detail. So it's a little different. So let's do something else. Let's turn off the HDR stuff. Okay. There we go. And then, and if you got any suggestions, you can tell me below. Manual and bulb modes. Standard? I have no idea. Okay. One down. Oh, that's why I don't like the joystick. One. There we go. That looks a lot better, right? So you don't see a film or anything. And that's looking excellent right there, right out of the camera. And then if I bring it closer and move this here. What do you think, guys? That looks okay. Maybe a little bit more brightness. A little gamma. So you have to worry about matching stuff. And so you got a little orange or yellow. So what you might do is on the temperature, just go like that. See, just opposite. And look how clear it is. If I get closer, you can see the little. And what I like about it is you don't see any of the spots like you do on the Nikon. That's what I like about Canon. So let's see if I put the brightness all the way up. Gamma. Yeah, I don't know. Saturation back a little bit. $10, $35, all the way. I'm just messing with it my way, okay? Okay. So what do you think? Look good compared to this? See, I look a little bit too bright, don't I? And if I add the temperature, see, that looks okay, but look at the white door in the back. See what I'm talking about? So anyway, and of course if I go to the Streamer X, this is right out of the same thing. A little gamma, a little brightness, a little temperature the other way, counteract the other two. Saturation could go down or could go up. Tint. See what I'm talking about? So you can play around with it. But I'll reset that there. I'll go to this CFC and reset that there. So you see it's the same thing. It's in the camera. And then if I go into the R6, okay, remember the dark? So it's probably the white balance, okay? So a lot of people like using the Kelvin. If you go to the white balance, and let me put this back. Okay. No, going the wrong way. All right. So we're going to try a little Kelvin. See, that's 5,200. And I'm yellow again. Okay, what is it? Okay. I'm going to put it in temperature priority mode. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what, I don't know if it's the dial or what. Oh, it's this. That's what it is. Okay. Wrong one. 57. See, it's too yellow. So let's go down to 2,500. Okay. Let's start the other way. Let's go to 3000. Much better, isn't it? Okay, just doing the white, and I'm looking more. See, this is straight out of the camera. It's looking good. So this is 3000. Let's do 2900. Am I too white? Do I look like this? Let me put this back to 0. Okay, see how bright I am? Now look at the R6. So this has kind of like a tone. You can see the reflection on the glasses. It's more of a little bit darker. I like the 3000 a little bit better. Then if I go to the Streamer X, it's the same thing. And what I like is you set these settings right here, okay? And I'll do the rotating cameras at the same time. So, come up. So let's see what I can do. Menu. Get the right button. Okay. Now it's a little bit easier over here. See, in the white balance, I could put it back on neutral, okay, just to show you. And then choose color. Okay. Oh. And $3,000, right? So that's 3,000. I think I have to make this 3,000 also. Yeah. But this is a full frame. So, all right. So it looks the same almost. One is just a darker tint, you know, with the light and stuff on the ZFC. Well, I haven't done that one yet, but this one. Okay, so it matches what I had before. 3,000. So if I go up to like 3,500, let's see what happens. Okay. See, that looks a lot better at 3,500. But this is an APS-C camera. I've been recording for 30 minutes messing with the color. But this is behind the studio. So that's 3,500. Should I chance it on 10? I'm looking at the doors. See, they have a little yellow going on. And see how pink I am? But see how if I do that, I just do the gamma. All right. Saturation. Tint. You have 0 also. This is the temperature. See how pink I look? And the brightness. All right, now you see kind of like it shiny right there? That's what you're trying to avoid. So you actually temperature, I think. No, it's the brightness. So I'll put the brightness on 10. Gamma on the 15. Maybe 25. And the saturation. A little bit like that. See, that looks a little bit natural. So put that at -5. And then a tint. There. Or leave it at 0. Good enough? I don't know. Okay. So I get, if I do this, let me look at the temperature also. I can do it. But you see, I look too white. That's -5. So I get like 10, -5, 0, -5, 25. Okay? If I go on to the Streamer X, so let's see, 15 -5. Okay. Okay. This is automatic white balance or fluorescent. And this is the Kelvin. Can you tell the difference? Do I look better this way? Do I look better this way? So let's do a close-up shot. Okay? Now I can tweak this. Look at the gamma. See? It's a little bit on the gamma too much. We're at 25. So is it the saturation? That looks better. I'm going to leave that at 0 on the saturation. Okay? So if I go to the other ZFC, just put the saturation at 0. So you can see a little yellow, a little pink. All right, so it's the same settings. The only difference is this is Kelvin temperature. This is a different balance, white balance. And if I do this, so do I look better this way? Or do I look better this way? Interesting, right? So this way, everything is, you know, kind of gradient, mid-tone. This way, it may be because I'm out of, but you can see more spots. And then it could be the light too, okay? So I'll leave that alone there. I'll leave the Streamer X alone there, okay? Now the Canon R6. So you see, I can move it a little bit like this. Now, it's just the brightness. See, that looks much better, doesn't it? 25. So I can do the gamma. Brighten it up a little bit. Saturation. So again, a -5 on saturation. -10 on gamma. The tint. That looks good. And the temperature. So you like it cooler or you like it warmer? What do you think? So the only difference is, yeah, put this back at 25. What do you think? Looks good, right? We'll leave it at that. Pink with the Kelvin. Now, one thing I've noticed, am I in focus? Okay, this is the other thing I want to show. It looks good, but am I in focus? All right. So I'm looking good on the Streamer X. I only mess with the tint here. I might just go back to, let's see, I have it on. Yeah, fluorescent light. Okay. And it's on neutral. So I'll do the same thing here. Skip to Kelvin. Cool white. Okay. See, there's cool white. And I look totally different. So, let's just All right. And I can change it also. All right, there we go. Okay, now it matches. I look better. Streamer X. Yeah, it looks about the same. Okay. All right. So you can see with the, I think it's the 17 to 28, different from the DX 12 to 28. So this is a full frame, 12 or 17 to 28. Okay. This is a DX 12 to 28. That's the only difference. I'm going to bring this back down a little bit. And same thing with this. Yeah. So the daylight on this one is 15. So on ZSC, 15 also. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, they look the same. Okay. We'll leave it at that. I'm not going to mess with it. So, I'm messing with all the colors on the video and stuff on the cameras. There's the R6. Notice that not one of them has overheated. Not one of them. And I think the secret is basically the ceiling fan, okay, on blowing the cold air on the Z30. So if I go to the Z30 with the my camera bag, it's still going. Usually it's over. That's the first thing that overheats. Z50 now and then, but it hasn't. Let's see, where's it? Puppy cam. It hasn't done it in a long time. And if I go to the ZFC on the timer, it's changed the settings. Same thing with the, see, R6 Mark II and the Streamer X. So you see, it took a while, but everything is running and nothing is crashing. That's the important thing. And okay, something is wrong. Okay, where is my, oh, it's right here. I forgot. I had the, I took off the ZV-1 Mark II so I can do gaming and I can record. And it's looking fantastic. So the only other experiment is if I'm going to use the Rode Wireless Go mic for the speaker, or just use the speaker on the CV Mark II. All you do is you just change the noise to the front part. Instead of the surround in the rear, which it's set on, I send it to the front part. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. So I turn this little boy on, and it's on. And now I'm going to go into the menu. See, this has a dummy battery also, folks. Okay? So let's see. Audio recording. All directives. Okay? I'm going to do just for the front. And leave it at that. And then turn it off. Now the nice thing about this camera, all I have to do is close the screen in the back of the camera. It folds in, turns off. This little bitty thing, here, let me point it to you. Let me see, the ZFC. This little bitty thing is a powerhouse. I got a dummy battery to it. It won't overheat. I got a terabyte SD card in there, like a terabyte in my ZFC. Doesn't overheat. I got two in the Canon R6 Mark II now. I got two 128 gigs, and they're the UHS-2 at 300 megabytes per second. It hasn't overheated. It was in 1080p, but it's not even warm because I don't have it recording internally. All right, so when I start testing out, that's what's going to happen. So what do you think? You like this? Now, there's the other test. There we go. Can you read that? Yep, that's good. So let's go to the other one. That's good too, right? So let's go to the R6. There you go. So you can read that, okay? So let's go to Z30. You can read that. And then last but not least, the Ecamm. In there. There we go. Okay. So you can read everything with Snoopy. Cameras are good. And so the question is, and I've been thinking about it, should I move this to the iMac? Because you notice a little stuttering in there? That may be with the updates, and I got it all, you're showing behind the scenes what I'm showing you. So if I go to the options, take off live demo mode, now you see me on full screen. Okay. So I look like this. This camera almost the same, but you know, it also depends on the light. And I look like this. So all three cameras are almost calibrated perfectly. That's the only difference. Okay. Just have to mess with the settings a little bit more. But that was just a back behind the scenes of what I'm doing with Ecamm, with 5 cameras hooked up. I bet you if I take one camera away, or even 2, the stuttering stops. And I think that's what the problem is. Mr. Camera Junkie was talking to one of his mods, And they said, yeah, don't use the extension cable, just plug it into the back of the computer. Well, those cam links, I got one right here. I got an extra one right here too. So I got two extra ones. They're hard to fit. If you notice, let's see which camera. This one. See that? That's kind of wide. So if you get the extension, there's no problem. And let me get an extension real quick. What I'm talking about. Okay. So I don't think it's the cable because this is a USB 3. Okay. This one right here. So you see this, go on here. And you see it's the same length, but if you notice, this is thinner. And on some back of the computers, they're too close together. So you really can't plug in a cam link on each one, all right? Because look how wide. But if you use the extension, you can. So what I'm also thinking, it could be the HDMI cable. And that's what he was stressing also. Use different HDMI cables to see the flow. So the longest wire I have is for the Z30, okay, for the product table. And then, so the two ZFCs are closest, then the R6, and then the Z50, and then Z30 is the farthest. So I bet you if I start removing cameras, you won't see that jerkiness. And I'm recording now, all right, but I'm at 4K 30. Okay, so I'm going to end this, and then I'm going to put up another video showing at 4K 60 if there's any stuttering. So thank you for watching. Remember to stay safe, keep smiling. Until next time, I'll see you then. Let's go to, and there's the puppies. So he's resting a lot because he has a hard time breathing because of the collapsed trachea. So anyway, goodbye, folks.